Here's something everybody needs to hear. I just got a question from someone who follows me on Instagram, but it's a question I get asked all the time, and we all really need to understand the answer. Because right now, too many don't. She said, I just had coffee with a friend. She's a Republican, and I'm not, and that's fine, but I was voicing my concerns about abortion rights. And her friend said, well, it's been sent back to the states, so as long as we're in a blue state, we'll be fine. This person was basically asking me if that was true. Are they going to be fine as long as they're in a blue state? And the answer is an unequivocal no. No, they will not stay safe. I don't know how to underscore this any more clearly. The kinds of plans that Republicans have in place, particularly those connected with Project 2025, which is almost everybody who would be in a future Trump administration, and remembering also that Trump is not fit to finish out a term. Look at him. He's not even fit to be running his campaign. He won't make it longer than a couple of months, and he will be gone, and we will have J.D. Vance. Vance and Project 2025 are synonymous, and both of them support full bans, absolute draconian loss of rights for people like us. People say, oh, well, they're not going to be able to pass a federal ban in Congress. They don't have to. They don't have to. They will be able to enact a federal ban without ever going through the legislature. First of all, there is already a bill on the books that was passed in the 19th century that they can use to ban it effectively nationwide. It's called the Comstock Act, and it bans the mailing of anything that has to do with vice, which includes pornography, it includes anything having to do with contraception, and it includes anything that can cause or create an abortion. So guess what happens if Trump and or Vance appoints someone to lead the DOJ who is part of their Christian nationalist cult? They'll simply decide to enforce the Comstock Act, and goodbye. I was at a meeting with someone who runs Planned Parenthood on a state level. I'm not going to identify who they are. They are already stockpiling medical equipment in the very real possibility that the Comstock Act bans the mailing of medical tools that can be used in surgical abortions, and forget about abortion pills. They'll be gone. The Republicans are trying right now. They just launched a new lawsuit last week to ban these pills. And if they get the presidency, all they need to do is tell the FDA to rescind approval of that drug, and it's gone. 60% plus a little bit of all of the abortions in this country are achieved with that medication. With that gone, and with clinics closed everywhere, we're done. There will be no safe state. Every state will be a red state. All of the ballot measures in the world, all of the state laws in the world cannot override those kinds of policies. Comstock is a federal law. Do you think the Supreme Court is going to protect you in your blue state? Have you met them recently? Not to mention that should Trump and then Vance win, they will appoint 3 more justices to that court, because we've got about 3 vacancies coming up, and we'll never get it back. Maybe in 50 years if we're lucky. I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. Should Trump and then Vance be the president, there will not be a safe place in this country. And we will get, on a national level, fetal personhood. And if you really want to know where things are going to go with a Trump, Vance, and then just a Vance presidency, fetal personhood. The idea, which the Supreme Court in its current MAGA majority will support, that embryos are persons from the time of conception. That point, we lose almost all birth control, definitely all abortion, even in the cases of grape and the other thing, and IVF. Unless you want to do one embryo at a time. And as someone who has done IVF, that is not how it works. There's no way I can overstate the extremism that is about to overtake our country if we sleepwalk our way into this administration. And the worst thing about it is that it's all because they want to make money. This is all about giant corporations and billionaires and keeping themselves rich by controlling and impacting us down so that we can't fight them back. Pay attention. Trump is funded by billionaires, giant corporations, and the oil and gas industry. So he and Vance will legislate accordingly for them, not for us. No one will be safe from that. No one will be safe from this MAGA Supreme Court. Stop fooling yourself. If you're in a blue state, you're not safe. So help us beat them now. We can do it, but we won't if we don't understand the stakes.